What is up, everybody? It is Wick here, and I'm shipping out some items. Then I'm going to be going thrifting. I have some amazing sales this morning, over $1,000 in sales. And the first one is this Kitchenaid Mixer I sold for $170 plus shipping. I paid $20 for this at Goodwill. It is a Kitchenaid Pro line, so a great model. Picked it up, flipped it very quickly. I love finding stuff like this. Next, I sold these Terry Brooks books. I picked these up at a yard sale. Did not pay much for them. I think about a quarter, maybe 50 cents a piece. Sold them for $25 plus shipping for a total of $36.33. Here is an amazing flip. I picked up this LeCount cribbage board. I believe this is from late 1800s. Found this at Goodwill for $2.99. Sold it for $100 plus shipping for a total of $111.63. Just never know what you're going to find on a thrift store shelf. Here is another amazing flip. Gonna be one of my favorite flips of the year, no doubt. I picked this up at a Goodwill for 99 cents. If you don't know what these are, they are vintage Lisa Frank binders, notebooks, stuff like that. Are worth an insane amount of money. There's also new stuff that's not worth as much, but paid $1 for this, sold it for $120 plus shipping for a total of $138.54. That's a really good flip for only paying $1. And not every flip can be amazing. I paid 88 cents a piece for these Febreze Dirt Devil U vacuum bags at a Lowe's. I sold them for 15 bucks. Still profit, and I'll take it. Here is one of these Craftsman wrench sets. Picked up 60 some of these on clearance, and I think I paid around $8 or $9 for them. Been selling them for $38.88 plus shipping. Total on this one was $51.14. Here's a couple smaller sales I got. This universal wireless keypad, paid $1 for this at a thrift store, sold it for $18. Got this mini cassette recorder player, not micro cassette, mini cassette. There is a difference. They're both small. The mini cassettes are more rare. Sold it for $30. Probably could have got a bit more for it, but unfortunately I didn't have a mini cassette. All right, I think I do. I just couldn't find it. Everything was still working when I put batteries in it. Everything moved like it was supposed to. I just couldn't test it with a mini cassette. So I described that in the description, of course, and someone still paid me 30 bucks for it. Paid $10 for it at a Goodwill. Here is another great flip. These Adidas shoes. Picked these up at Goodwill for $10. And I sold them for $60 plus shipping for a total of $77.30. Picked up a couple of these multimeters at Lowe's. Ended up paying about $45 a piece for them. Sold them for $110 plus shipping for a total of $129.02. Here's a nice flip. I bought these at a rummage sale. They're the Stargate SG-1 DVD collection. All 10 seasons. Paid $1 a piece for these at the rummage sale, and I sold them for $70 plus shipping for a total of $86.39. And then finally, I sold this fire extinguishing spray. 3 of them somebody bought. This is the last 3. I ended up getting 20 some of these at Lowe's, I think it was. Can't remember what I paid, like $4 or $5 for them, and got 90 bucks. I have made it inside of a Goodwill, and there's some new carts out, and I'm digging through them. I'm trying to find the good new stuff before anyone else does, because that's where you're going to find your best stuff usually. So these carts, they got some, looks like crafty stuff. They got the watering can there, very flowery. Not really for me. Shoes, got any awesome shoes? Like I've mentioned before, the Goodwills in my area have started pricing all shoes $4.99. They were ordered to do so by corporate because people were complaining. So if your Goodwill's pricing shoes just dumb prices like 30 bucks, complain, I guess. This cart, you see the Fisher-Price Bigfoot. I've bought those before. The money is in the remote. the power supply, the charger, that kind of stuff. So yeah, that was just a lone Bigfoot there. I was not interested in buying that. I don't even know if I might still have my original one I picked up at a yard sale. I know I sold the remote and battery pack, I think, maybe the charger. I don't know if I had it. So I found some other stuff here. I ended up putting the hat back. It was a newer one, but the boots, those are some good boots, and I did not expect them to be good boots. Of course, I'll be talking about those in the haul later. It's a brand you're going to want to look out for if you don't know about it. Here it is, another cart, and look at this. I pick up these Bakugan cards, and I see these magic cards. Unbelievable. Magic cards on a new cart at Goodwill. It proves my point I was saying earlier. Find this stuff quick. Those would not have lasted very long. Here's some more stuff down here that's interesting. I'm checking out. You got this lobster. It's like the Billy the Bass, the fish that sings. It actually sells okay. However, you can see that one there is missing one of the claws. So I decided to pass on that. And just thrilled to find the magic cards. As I've mentioned, I like to find the video games, which a couple videos ago, I found that box I opened up and it was filled with Nintendo games. If you didn't see that video, check it out. Of course, finding the magic cards I mentioned in that video as well is one of my things I want to find. Those are newer cards, but you know what? It's still fun to find them. And I'm going to come over here and take a look at this Tootsie Pop thing here. I know it's probably not valuable, but I decided to buy it for myself. Those cats, you know, maybe they have a market. Maybe somebody would sell them on Etsy or something. But I head over to the toys. I see that Cranium Caribou game, which is a huge bolo. It's missing almost all the pieces, unfortunately. Been a while since I found one of those, but I usually sell them on Amazon for around $100 when they're complete. Candyland, here's an old vintage Candyland. They actually do well on eBay. Again, that one was just missing pieces, had some damage. I do find this Yahtzee Junior game, and if you watch the videos, you know I pick these up and sell them on Amazon, which is where I sell most of my board games because it's just easier doing FBA with the shipping and everything like that. So, plus you get more money. Yeah. So, still looking at the board games. I did pick up a couple more board games. There's a I Found It, which used to do pretty well on Amazon. I'm pretty sure it went down in value. I probably should have checked again. I think the last time I checked, it was like, oh, this isn't really worth picking up. I feel like that one has a ton of pieces as well. So I don't want to pick up things that are got a billion pieces and you're only making like $5 profit. No. Just a waste of time. Better ways to spend your time. You got some children's toys up there. And I'm just happy. My heart's beating right now for sure. Got those magic cards in the cart. I do also find some Bakugan figures here. So that's good. Up here I see these Eeyores though, and I'm like, hey, these look nice. They got some tags on them. They're unique. I looked them up. Surprisingly not worth anything. That elephant there, I don't remember what it's called, actually sells pretty well if you have the ball that goes with it. Here we are looking at another cart that came out. So got that Disney princess thing there. I looked it up. It maybe a little bit of money in it. It was big. It was, you know, had some wear from children playing. It's like a Barbie dresser or something. I do find these, what are they? Justin boots for $4.99. I grab. So that's cool. And I'm digging through the clothing here, trying to find a good sweatshirt, which I do end up finding one, oddly enough. I believe it's one of those situations where I find it after I turn off the camera, which is usually how it goes. Yeah, there it is. I don't remember if a cart came out or what, but I've been thinking about doing a whatnot auction. If anyone's familiar with that app, they can let me know. Just doing a bunch of my vintage clothing, getting rid of it. But I'm at Salvation Army. I picked up that Power Rangers toy. Got those Sunstep shoes, sandals. I ended up putting those Sunsteps back. They were just priced too high, and the value on those have went down. But yeah, I think about doing the Whatnot app and just doing some live auctions to move some of my vintage clothing because I've got so much of it, and I just don't have time to list it all compared with everything else I'm buying and selling. I don't like listing clothing anyway, so I figure maybe that's a good way to move it and make some money on some of it. I'll just have to do some research and see if the auctions are actually, will make me enough money to make it worth my time. I don't want to give the stuff away because I'm buying it to make money. It's how I pay the bills. So, yeah, but I also don't need it sitting around any longer. I need to get it turned into cash and make some money, even if it's a bit less, I guess. So that's what I'm thinking right now with that. People let me know, how's Whatnot if you've been using it. So digging through the crafts, the miscellaneous aisle, trying to find anything awesome. Another Lisa Frank, maybe, binder. So that would be nice. Wasn't this Goodwill I found it, though. I actually found it in a Toys. But look at all these clocks. This would have been a really good score, but it was obviously donated by somebody who repairs clocks or just had a bunch of junky ones. Some of them were missing parts. Some of them were just completely gutted. I looked up some of them. Selling between $50 and $100 in good condition. It's just one of those things I did not want to mess with. I don't have the space. I don't want to sell broken clocks. Plus they were $13. I just decided to leave them all there. Somebody found them and they were happy. Somebody who messes with clocks a bit more than I do. You can see, yeah, somebody probably bought them, repaired them, mixed parts, cleaned them up. You see that some pretty bad scratches on them. With all those problems, for parts, they just weren't worth selling, buying at $13. I wasn't refurbishing them, so I left them there. If all those would have been good, that would have been like over $1,000 in clocks I could have sold if they were in working condition. Just probably not going to get donated. But let me show you what I did find. Good profits. Here's the haul for today. Got some good stuff here. Let me go over it with you. Got this Tootsie Roll Pop container. I just bought this for personal use. Why not? It was $2.99. I like Tootsie Pops. It'll be enjoyable to store them in there, I guess. I also got these Lego games at Salvation Army. They're $1.99 a piece. If they're complete, there's some profit there. There's probably like $50 profit there. If they're complete, I bought them just figuring they're not complete, and I'm just going to use the pieces to throw in my Lego lot. I also picked up this Power Rangers toy for 99 cents. Just bought it blind. Didn't know what it was worth. Not worth a whole lot, honestly. Maybe $10, $12 max. But I picked it up anyway. Got a lot of Power Ranger stuff to list, so maybe it'll end up in a lot. Then we got this card discovery kit, $4.99. Looked like it was selling for about $20. So there's some profit there. I got one of these Tiger Lights Out games. I've sold these before. You can sell them on eBay for about $20, $25. This one's in good condition. It was only $1.99. The one on Amazon's a different model, the picture, so I probably won't sell it on there, but I think it's going to be some pretty good profit, only being $1.99. And I got some interesting toys and stuff here. You see I got a couple Bakugans. I've been finding these at this Goodwill. Just like every week I find a different one. I assume all donated from the same person. They're just kind of staggering them out, probably not on purpose. One of the ones I found last week was like $20, or that's actually like $30, the red one. Then you got this one, I think it was like $20, $25. I don't remember exactly, but there's profit there, lotting them together. I also grabbed this bag for $5.99, even though I was only charged $3 for it, I think it was. I'm not sure why, but I bought it because this Beyblade stuff was in there, and I've been finding some Beyblade stuff I've mentioned in videos. Some of these can be worth money. This one, I did a Google Lens search, and some different variations of this can sell upwards to around $100. Now, this one, I don't know. I couldn't find the exact one. It looked like maybe $30 based on some stuff on Google. It definitely matters with the different colors and which one's which. So I have to do a bit more research. The others look like maybe like $12, $15 from what I could tell. And these, I don't think they have much value, but you can bundle them with it. So I ended up paying $3 for the Beyblade stuff, and everything else in the bag's not worth anything. $2 a piece for the Bakugan figures, and in the end, it's going to be some pretty good profit in that stuff. This was in the case at Salvation Army, and it was only $1.99. It was right next to a pair of Steve Madden shoes, like worn Steve Madden shoes. They had priced at like $70. Just madness. So I don't know why they priced this so low, but it's worth about $40, $45. Brand new seal. It's from '98. It's actually vintage. Just a little Mario Cement Factory handheld keychain game. So pretty cool to find that. So you see here, I got some cards, some magic cards that were on a new cart that came out. Oh, it's so exciting to see this stuff because, I'm a Magic the Gathering collector. I used to play a lot in the 90s, early 2000s. And there's, of course, some magic cards that are worth six figures if you happen to find one. I could tell by the case right away that this was a newer set. I'm not familiar with all the newer sets. It's because I dropped out of playing and stuff like that. But it's pretty full with cards. I went through and I checked for the rares. And here are the rares and mythic cards. And nothing great. But I should make at least $30, $35 on these cards alone. The rest are, you know, pretty basic commons and uncommon cards, which still have some value. $1.99, you can't beat that though. And of course, as always, I love going through Magic cards, seeing what's in there, because you really never know what you're gonna find. There's cards from these newer sets as well that are worth $100, $200. It really just depends, but happy to find it. Very thrilling. And here are some Bakugan cards, and I don't know much about these. I've never found them in the wild before. I was never into them or anything like that. I was much older when this stuff came out. But they're kind of like metal type cards that go with the Bakugan. I could probably check. I bet some of the cards match with those. These things aren't worth a whole lot. Some were worth some money. Maybe it was this one I looked up. You can sell for $12, $15. And I'll just have to go through them. There's quite a few in here. But even if I just lot them up, it looks like $20, $25 profit there. So, you know, that's what I'll estimate the value of those being right now. Just got some board games. I'm going to count the pieces. If they're complete, I'm going to sell them on Amazon doing FBA. You got this Valley of the Vikings game. It was selling new for $35. It's in very good condition. I expect it to be complete. No one's selling it used. It got a pretty good rank, so I'll probably price it about $30. It should sell. Then we got Yahtzee Junior Disney Edition. I've sold this multiple times in the past. I believe the last one I sold used was $30. See, I paid $2.99 for it. I'm not sure. What did I pay for this? $2.99 as well. So good profit on the Yahtzee Junior game. And then I just picked up this Therapy VIP edition. Seems to be in great shape. It's also $2.99. The rank was high on Amazon, but there's currently no one selling it new or used, so I figure that's probably why the rank is higher. I'll probably put it on there since no one else is selling it for about $50. This stuff usually sells when I put it on there higher and no one else is currently selling it. So in this stack of board games, I can expect some good profit. Here's a remote for 99 cents I picked up. I don't see a lot of remotes in Goodwill. This is for a DVD recorder, JVC. I saw some comps for this one sold for $39.99 on eBay. It's clean in there, so that's the minimum I'll sell it for. It just depends how many other people are selling it right now. I may price it up to $40 or $50, $60. Even some of these remotes can sell for. If you're the only one selling them. But there's going to be at least $30 profit on that remote. Got this vintage Kentucky Wildcats sweatshirt. It's pretty cool, from the, looks like the early 90s, mid 90s at the latest. I'll probably price it $29.99 plus shipping. Eventually somebody will pick it up. So I ended up walking past these boots in Goodwill when I came in. Saw them sitting there and I said to myself, well, these aren't worth anything. Look at them. They're probably from Dollar General or somewhere like that. Look like they were made for little girls to play with, dress up or something, to me anyway. But as I was looking at other stuff, one of the employees pointed them out to me and said, hey, you should buy those. They'd look good on you, you know, just joking around. And then I said, I'll take a look at them. So later, I ended up walking by them, and I flipped over, well, not this one, I flipped over the boot, and I saw this on the bottom, where it was being sold somewhere for $125. I'm like, what? So I looked into the brand, which I think I've heard of before. I'm not sure if I've ever found any. Helen's Hearts, or I guess just Helen's Heart. But sure enough, this brand and this style was selling very well. I think I saw this same pair sell for about $75 plus shipping, pre-owned. These are in good condition. I think they are new. They look very clean or very lightly worn. They did have like a little dirt spot or something on there. I'm assuming can be wiped off fairly easy. But I fully expect to list these for $75 plus shipping and hopefully sell them and make some profit. There was only $4.99, so you can't beat it. I also got another pair of boots right here. I got these Justin boots. This is like the third pair of Justin boots I've found. I got a pair at a rummage sale I paid a quarter for, and I got a pair at Goodwill recently. A nice like $90 pair. And then I got these right here, which I looked up. They're not super great, but they were only $4.99, and I should be able to sell them for about $25, $30, I think. So I went ahead and picked them up at that price. But there it is, everybody. That's the haul. I hope you learned something today. Maybe you learned about the Helen's Heart boots. Go ahead and leave me a comment. Let me know if you knew about that brand already or it's something you've learned about that you're going to be looking for now out in the wild. Also, if you could hit that like button for me, make sure you're also subscribed. You can find me on Twitter, Instagram, flipping_junk. And this has been Wick. Until next time.